Welcome to the Diva Details. Welcome to the Diva Details, where bold, confident women embrace life unapologetically. From love and sex to wellness and reinvention, we keep it raw, real, and powerful. No filters, no limits. Just fearless conversations to help you thrive. Let's dive in with Diva Mia and Diva Javan.
Well, hello, Diva Cat.
Hello, Diva Mia.
How are you today?
I'm great today.
I am so excited to see you.
Me too. How was the weekend?
The weekend was wonderful.
Too short.
Too short, I know.
As always.
I know. And it's so funny because I feel like I just didn't get to the gym enough over the weekend.
Oh, I don't work out weekends.
Oh, you don't work out at all on the weekends?
I do my yoga. That's about it.
Oh, wow.
I consider my weekends a rest day.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's nice. When you don't work out, there's other things you can do.
Yeah, but I think I work out enough around the house. Pick up the yard, clean the house, do laundry. That's workout.
Yeah, that is. Well, I know a lot of people are kind of leveling up now. I know people do it at the beginning of the year, but there's people that also do it right before summer.
For what?
To level up their body.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. That's what they said. The summer body made in the winter.
Summer body's made in the winter and the spring.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you shouldn't really try to make a summer body. You should try to stay in shape all year round. I know people do an extra push right before summer typically.
Yeah. Typically, right before summer, right before any vacation.
Any vacations. I know you love your vacations.
I know. I do that before holidays too, though. That way when the holiday come, I could eat sweet.
Oh, so because you love your sugar.
Yeah, my sugar addict, yep.
Yep. Well, let's talk about other ways to kind of lose weight. I know we had a podcast regarding like different GLP-1s and peptides and Zepbound, et cetera. But there's other ways to lose weight that I think should be discussed.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Like, here's, there's different modalities, but here's one that people are still doing, and that's bariatric surgery.
What is that?
So that's where it can either be a gastric bypass.
Oh, okay.
Or it can be a sleeve, which is called a gastrectomy or something like that. So the sleeve, so either a gastric bypass or a sleeve, it's surgical. So they're going to go in and they're going to take a part of your stomach out.
Okay.
It reduces the capacity so you don't eat as much. So for people that aren't losing weight on the GLP-1s, it's kind of an extreme way to go.
I know someone that, but you know what? Your stomach stretch back.
It can.
Yes. I know.
And you can also cause hernias if you eat too much later.
Yeah. So my neighbor had that sleeve done, but she put back 75 pounds.
Really? Well, and when you do this, a lot of people are also having their gallbladder removed right away.
Right.
Because they're not good at processing fat and they tend to have gallbladder attacks after they lose that much weight quickly. It is a very fast weight loss, though.
It is quickly, too. I've seen her. She doesn't look healthy.
Yeah, because your skin doesn't contract back as quickly.
Yeah. Well, when the gastric bypass first came out, they did this for the diabetic patient, and they reversed it instantly.
Right, right. So there's purposes and reasons why people do it, but there's also risks, right?
Any surgery risk.
Any surgery of risk, and you can have vitamin deficiencies after.
You have to take a bunch of vitamins.
You do. I've seen people lose their hair because they don't have the right nutrients.
Right.
Then they have diarrhea sometimes.
Some people even lose their teeth.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So it's kind of extreme.
Very extreme for the gastric bypass.
And it's funny because I do prolonged fasting. My longest fast was 40 days. That's another modality as far as losing weight goes. But people talk about gastric bypass as if it's a no-brainer and you can do it, but nobody even addresses that you could fast for a month or two and get almost the same results and keep your stomach if you just had a little bit more willpower.
Right. Willpower is the key.
Yeah, but there's medical supervised fasting that you can do. There's intermittent fasting where you could do every other day.
Well, then you have to go to center. If I would have to fast, I have to go to center.
If you did a prolonged fast, but you could do every other day, like one day on, one day off. I actually had a person reach out to me and tell me that he wanted to lose 5 to 10 pounds and was thinking about going on a GLP-1. And then I told him what happened with me with Zepbound. And he's like, oh, maybe I won't do that now. But the reality is he could do a intermittent fast every other day and drop 10 pounds for a month. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. to lose 10 pounds fasting. Because the nice thing is that if you get in the mindset and you're determined, you'll make it happen.
Right. It's in your mind for sure. I don't have that strong mind, so.
Yes, you do. You do. You just haven't pushed it to that point.
Right. You have to push the limit. You are right.
The reality is you got to start small.
Right.
So maybe one day you stop eating at noon and don't eat until noon the next day. That's an easy 24-hour fast. Honestly, I think it's a great way for people that are sensitive to the GLPs or have problems and side effects with the different modalities of GLP-1, all the different peptides that are coming out for weight loss.
Yeah.
It's a great way for them to lose weight as well.
I've heard good thing though. That's actually the trainer at the gym. She looks amazing. That's what she does. She eat
every other day?
No, she eat 1 meal a day.
OMAD. 1 meal a day, OMAD. So she does the OMAD.
She does it OMAD.
So if you want to do further research on this, Dr. Fung and Dr. Berg both have some really good. Dr. Fung has videos out there on fasting and the benefits of it. He does intermittent fasting, and he does have some videos on prolonged fasting as well. And then Dr. Berg, there's actually a really good interview between Dr. Berg and Dr. Fung on the benefits of fasting. Now, just like everything, there can be side effects.
Right.
And there are things you need to take when you're prolonged fasting over like 3 days, like electrolytes and some other types of things, maybe B12 vitamins and a multivitamin possibly. It depends on, what you are, what health conditions you have. You also have to be careful if you're on medication.
Right.
Because your medications, if you're on high blood pressure and you fast, blood pressure naturally goes down.
Yeah.
That could be a problem if you're, on high blood pressure medicine, because your high blood pressure medicine could push your blood pressure too low.
Too low.
So you have to be monitored if you're on medication.
Yes, for sure.
And there's people as well that are on insulin because they have diabetes. And there's been studies out there that 21 days of water fasting can cure type 2 diabetes.
For sure, yeah, because I go to the gym a lot. I seen these people all the time. Even I seen them all the time. Also, they look healthy. They look great.
Yeah.
And we start talking. She said, yeah, she does the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
The 1 meal a day.
1 meal a day is wonderful. And prolonged fasting, if you can make it after 2 days, you get the benefit of autophagy. Do you know what autophagy is?
No.
So autophagy is where your body starts to go after the bad cells.
Okay.
Okay, so if you've got bad cells, it could be cancerous. If you've got cells that are like extra skin, if you have skin that's not coming back after a weight loss, if you water fast, that can help your skin get tighter.
That's for sure. Someone actually told me about that.
Yeah. So it doesn't work when you're doing reduced calories because you don't get the autophagy benefit. So when you just cut your calories to say 500 or 1,000 calories a day, you're still eating and the autophagy doesn't kick in. Autophagy takes typically for me, it's about 24 to 36 hours before it kicks in on me.
Oh, wow.
And that's because I've been fasting so many times. But it takes a while for the autophagy to kick in because first what's going to happen is your body's going to burn your blood glucose.
Okay.
Then it's going to burn the glucose in your liver. And then it's going to say, oh, I don't have a food source. And it's going to flip a switch from burning glucose to burning ketones. And when it flips that switch to burning ketones, your body says, how can I get more ketones? Let me go find out damaged cells. Let me go find out cells that aren't working at their best. And it will eat away at bad cells. It'll eat away at bad cells on your skin. If you have a scar, fasting has actually been shown to actually help with getting rid of scars. People have gotten rid of acne. Literally, I think it is the best modality out there for weight loss. I can't say enough about it. And it's cheap and it's free.
For sure, water.
Well, water, but you do have to have some supplementation.
Yes, you put electrolyte in her.
Electrolytes, some salt. If you get lightheaded, you need some more salt. I mean, there's things, and you should be doing your blood work weekly. So it's free to do the water, but it's cheap to do the process because there's still some things you have to do.
I see.
But you will get the most benefit. And if you have arthritis, your inflammation goes away. And your joints feel amazing. If you have any type of histamine issues, there's a histamine response that goes away.
Really?
So that's a modality. I call it a modality that you can do to lose weight.
Water is very powerful.
Water is. And then there's another type of fasting.
What is?
It's called dry fasting.
Like nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Now, you don't really want to do it for more than a day, and you only want to do it if you're an experienced faster.
Mm-hmm.
But a dry fast, 1 day of dry fasting is like 3 days of water fasting.
You're going to reset your whole body.
It does, and it gets rid of a lot of bad cells. It gets rid of a ton of inflammation. So, like, for instance, I'll do like 6 days of water and 1 day of dry.
Oh, wow.
That way I get both benefits. Again, my longest is 40. I would love to do a 60. I don't know if I'll make it, but I would love to do a 60 day.
Let's try. I'm going to try to do 48 hours.
Okay, let's do a 48 hours with you. And if you have questions, just call me. I can help you through it. And we'll talk to you about it later then. How your 48-hour experience went.
Yeah, well, I will.
Yeah, so the dry fasting I don't recommend for most people, though, because most people are on some type of medication and it's not good to do dry fasting if you are.
I'm not doing dry fast. I'm going to do
dry fasting is a little more extensive. Yeah. It is very helpful if you have autoimmune, but at the same time, you do need to have some blood work done and be careful with dry fasting. And then there's juicing, and there's a movie out there which is wonderful. It's a little bit older. It's a documentary. It's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Have you seen it? Yeah, so Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead is more about juice fasting, and you're basically making fresh juice, mostly vegetable juice. Now, on there they have some fruit juice, but the majority of it to make it work is vegetable juice.
Vegetable juice.
And you can flush your body of all kinds of inflammation, histamine issues. You're not going to get the autophagy that you're getting with water fasting. But however, you're going to get maybe a little bit more than typical. Juice fasting might work for someone that can't handle the water fasting.
For sure. To get the taste. Oh,
it does. I don't think you get as much autophagy because your skin's not going to come back as nicely with the juice fasting. But if you want to do small, maybe a 2-week or a month-long juice fast, it's much healthier. Again, if you're on medication, you have to have it monitored.
Well, juice and vegetables, those are food. So you should be able to take your medication with it.
Well, some people need to decrease their medication while they're on it because their blood pressure will drop on that as well. See, these are natural alternatives instead of going the medicine route from surgery, etc.
So, but they have all kind of recipe for juice.
There are. And the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead guy, he has a website out there. It's called Reboot with Joe. The Reboot with Joe website has community. Kind of like a Weight Watchers community, and they have stories of people losing 100 pounds in 90 days, etc., doing juicing.
I have to tell my friend about that.
Yeah, there's so many natural ways. I know a lot of people want to go the medicine route, but there's so many ways to help your body.
Especially she's vegan. I think that will be so perfect for her.
And it's also really good for people with autoimmune diseases as well.
That is true. They did say that they cure type 2 diabetic like within instantly after you juice for a while.
Yeah, so 21 days, there was something like 90-some%, 95 or something percent of people with type 2 diabetes after a 21-day water fast didn't have type 2 diabetes for a year because they tracked them for a year. Now, if you go back to eating a bunch of sugar, it'll come back. So most people can get cured from their type 2, not type 1, but type 2 diabetes with water fasting.
That's everything, right? I think losing weight is hard already, but try to keep it off and stay healthy even harder.
It's a challenge, but the thing is fasting.
Yeah, that's why it makes you get used to that kind of eating.
Well, here's the thing. Fasting is not just a weight loss. It's not really designed for weight loss. The weight loss is the benefit. It's the side effect of fasting. The benefit of fasting is it gets rid of the inflammation. It gets rid of the cells that aren't firing correctly. And it also increases your stem cell production and your human growth hormone. So when you're water fasting anyway, you're improving your body's composition and it's a longevity thing. So it helps you stay younger. It helps you look younger. It helps you feel younger. And oh, by the way, the side effect is you're going to lose weight.
That's awesome. So maybe after I need to stop I'm taking the semaglutide shot.
Yes.
Maybe after I stop, I should slowly get into that.
And here's the thing. You don't have to do a ton of fasting.
Right.
Maybe you do 1 day a month or 2 days a month, and that's it. Or you do 2 or 3 days in a quarter. Or you do intermittent fasting for a week every other day.
Yeah.
And it just kind of resets you and keeps you on track. And honestly, I will say one of the best things about fasting is you're in control of food instead of food's in control of you.
You.
So you'll find that you feel like nothing really tempts you after that.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll try that because I do try to get off this shot. But I'm on maintenance plan every other week.
Yeah.
But I think the craving coming back, right, like they said, everything's in your head, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm at the point like everything is in my head right now. So instead of me eating regular food, I try to meal prep, do the breakdown.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start with the intermittent fasting first.
Yeah, and maybe you stop eating at 5 o'clock at night and you don't eat until lunch the next day. That's a good way to start, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that, it's a great way to make sure that you're on track.
So when you intermittent fasting, you could eat whatever you want though, right? Or you could eat.
No, you shouldn't eat whatever you want.
Yes.
You're not going to go crazy with sugar. You don't want to go crazy with food when you're intermittent fasting either.
Mm.
So what you want to do is when you're intermittent fasting, you want to still do high protein and healthy fats and some vegetables and then fruits in moderation.
Yeah, give yourself 4 hours. So from noon till 5. So that's 5 hours.
Yeah, I think the big thing is we need to change our thought process around health and look at it from we should be healthy year round. So when you're not fasting, you should be eating stuff that's natural, that stuff that's grown, not stuff that has processed chemicals in it or seed oils or things like that, because that's just you're just asking for trouble. So you could fast, and then if you go back to eating pizza and pasta and fried foods, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot and undoing all the great things that the fasting did.
Oh, I love pizza.
Pizza is fun.
I know. And who could stop once life? So I would talk about the weight loss program. I've done it all, right?
So you went on Weight Watchers?
I was. And the whole thing is, I like it because you could eat carb, but it's portion control. I think it's the most healthy effective way to me. My problem, I gather and social about food. So when I see a lot of food, I can't stop. Who could stop once like pizza?
Right. The thought process is changing around health, where it used to be, health used to be skinny.
Right.
And you had to look good for health. But I really think it doesn't matter if you're skinny, if you're unhealthy inside.
I know that. I know.
So my goal is not just to be thin and in shape and muscular. My goal is also to be extremely healthy internally and to age backwards.
That's the goal.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
And you can age backwards. There's been people that have done it. And you do that through supplementation. You do that through eating healthy. You do that through fasting. And then there's other modalities as well that we're going to cover today, too.
They said you cut off red meat, you age backward.
Well, I don't really eat red meat anyway.
I love my steak. See, that's another problem.
Well, and here's the thing. Love your steak, but get a good quality steak.
Yeah.
Like grass-fed that's free range, not just grass-fed, because grass-fed could be there in a plant that just feeds them grass.
Oh, I see.
You want a free-range cow.
Free range and grass-fed.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone that's out there actually eating the nutrients from the ground, not just grass. I think that they keep tricking us with some of these words. Oh, I'm eating grass-fed. Yeah, but the grass-fed cow is in a stall, and instead of giving it grain, you're just giving it grass. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like with the chicken, no hormone, no anti. You have to define that definition too.
Yeah, they might have no hormones added, but the grain that they fed them had hormones or something.
Yeah.
Or the brown eggs, but they're not free-range chickens and things like that. So they're still in cages. And it depends on what you're looking for. But if you really want to have healthy food, it starts from everything you eat.
Yeah. They said you are what you eat.
You are. And I think there is something to the spirit of the animal getting transferred to how they die. There's other things you can do once you have fat.
Okay.
Liposuction's one.
I'm still scared about that.
Yeah, liposuction is one. And liposuction's kind of plastic surgery.
Okay.
They also have what's called air sculpt.
What is that?
So air sculpt is where they put the fluid in. It's kind of like a mini liposuction. It's not as invasive, but it's still pretty darn invasive. And then they have this RF electric thing that goes through after they liposuction that then tightens the skin. So it gives you a little bit of liposuction with a skin tightener. So you can do that. A lot of people, they do liposuction and then they'll do a tummy tuck after they do their liposuction.
I see.
I will tell you, though, they don't want you to do liposuction unless you've been at your goal weight for at least 6 months to a year.
I see.
And if you know this too, it takes 1 to 2 years for your skin to contract after you've lost weight.
So 6 months to a year?
6 months to a year. So I would say if you want to keep as much of your own skin as possible, some of it's going to come back, especially if you water fasted, you might want to wait a year.
That's true.
I have seen a lot of people that have lost 100 plus pounds water fasting and their skin is not that saggy. But I've seen people that have done reduced calorie and their skin is very saggy because they don't get the autophagy.
Right. So that's two different things, right? Like if you water fast and you work out regularly, you lose weight, healthy weight. But if you lose weight very quick and you look sick without working out.
For instance, the gastric bypass.
Yeah, they look sick.
They look sick and their skin is all saggy because it's a massive weight loss. They're also nutrient deficient.
Yeah.
And their body's not processing nutrients the same. They may have liver issues after that. They may have gallbladder issues. And you can choose to do it if you want to, but it's like a Band-Aid on a bee sting.
Yeah.
Right? So you're putting a Band-Aid on a bee sting, but the root problem is still there. You still have overeat issues. You still have probably emotional issues around food. And you're not fixing that.
You think the whole thing we have to relook at what we eat and start from there.
I agree.
You know?
I think what we eat is the most important thing, but your mindset around food is too.
Yeah, me and my sugar.
You and your sugar. But if you have an addiction towards a food, it's a hard thing to break, and you know the best way to break it?
Fast.
Is to fast. Fasting actually helps with getting rid of sugar addictions. The only way to actually break an addiction, you don't see people that are on drugs go into a drug clinic and them saying, okay, we're going to give you a little bit of drugs here.
Right. You got to cut dry. Yeah.
No, you have to go cold turkey.
Cold, yep.
Because if you're on sugar, it's a drug. And just like caffeine is a drug. If you want to cut it out of your life, you have to cut it 100%. You can't say, oh, I'm going to spoil myself on Saturday and eat a whole cake. You can't do that because then you'll go right back to your sugar addiction.
Yeah, you're right. Because once you start one piece of chocolate, you got to finish the whole bag.
You do.
You know? That just...
Well, I don't,
nature.
but...
I do.
I'm allergic to chocolate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. For you, you're allergic to chocolate. Like if I see a bag of M&M, I'd rather not to touch it. Because once I open that bag, the first piece, I could not stop.
Well, they've made food as well. It's even more addicting than just basic sugar. They've had so many chemicals that make your taste buds go wild when you eat it that people get addicted to it.
Yeah, I'd rather not to see it. So
yeah, they actually determine there's like a pleasure principle on food that at a certain level of taste, people love it and they're addicted. But if you go past that level and it's too sweet, it turns people off. So the food manufacturers have chemically made food, so it's just addictive enough to make you keep wanting to eat it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Same thing with the smoker. So my husband's an ex-smoker.
Yeah.
He will not go near any smoking lounge, none of that.
Yeah.
Because he'll know he'll go. As soon as he picked up that, the urge is coming back.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Let's talk liposuction again. So there's liposuction and then there's tummy tucks. And then there's tummy tucks where a lot of women's stomach splits right down the middle when they have children.
Okay.
Their abs split. So in the tummy tuck, a lot of times they'll stitch those abs. They can do stitching. It's an extra cost. To stitch up your abs while they're doing the tummy tuck.
They stitch up inside.
They stitch you up inside. It helps your abs go back together. And eventually the stitches, I believe, dissolve. And then your abs are spliced back together, hopefully. Then you can also do the tummy tuck where they go 360, where they also take from your back. So it's not just the belly, but they go around your hips. And the incision is down kind of where most people have their C-section. And they tighten all that up. And then they move the belly button.
They move your belly button up.
They move your belly button up.
I've seen that.
And then they liposuction it all.
They liposuction around it.
They liposuction 360, yes.
At the same time, they do your top.
They do it all, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then you can do a mommy makeover and do other areas too, which is like your boob lift, your legs tightened, and your arms all at the same time. I think it's best to do not everything at once.
Yeah, that's going to be so painful. I mean, how much pain? I cannot take pain, so.
Although some people like to have all the pain at once, but I would rather do one area, make sure it looks good, and then do another. But it's really your choice.
Yeah, but you just have to make sure you don't gain the weight back, though. Then your weight.
You do. That's why you should maintain that weight for 6 months to a year before you actually undergo the knife.
Yeah. Oh.
It's only moving your skin.
Yeah.
So you're basically you'll stretch the skin out that you have left though, which is problematic. So you don't want to do that if you can avoid it. But the tummy tuck is a lot of people are doing, and I understand that. But you may be able to, if you do a lot of fasting, you may be able to get a lot of that skin to tighten up on its own.
Yeah, fasting, workout.
Fasting, vitamin D.
Yeah.
There's supplementation. You can take vitamin D, vitamin E, tocotrienols, different types of vitamins. Get some sun.
I do want to have tummy tuck one of these days.
Tummy tucks are very popular. So a lot of people are doing tummy tucks now. And then there's other modalities too. I mean, there's cool sculpting. I've done that.
Cool sculpting.
Have you heard of cool sculpting? So cool sculpting, they freeze the fat. It's a machine that they stick on you and it freezes the fat. I had it done on my stomach and on my arms and on my back.
Oh, wow.
And it's not so fun, I will say.
It hurts?
It freezes. Well, it's not comfortable. The most uncomfortable, so they put these pads on you for like 30 to 45 minutes and it freezes an area. And then they take the pads off and then they put one of those vibrating massagers on it. That's the worst part when they're
vibrating.
Yeah, it is because all the nerves are frozen. Now you can have nerve damage from this.
Oh, like you're not going to feel that spot.
You might not feel that spot again. That's one of the side effects. It can also make you grow more fat there because your body overreacts. So you might actually get more fat there in the future. So you have non-invasive. It is spot reduction, but some people have bad effects with it. So there's always side effects. There's numbness, swelling. It is numb for probably a good month after.
Oh, wow.
And then every once in a while, they call it paradoxical fat growth if you get extra fat in that area.
Oh, wow.
I know.
It's like a big pocket, just balloon it up.
Yeah. Basically, your body says, oh, it was really cold there. I need to add more cushion there for protection. So that's one of the things too. There's other modalities too that help with weight loss, like the infrared sauna.
What is that?
An infrared sauna.
What is that?
You know what an infrared sauna is?
I just know the regular sauna.
So a sauna is something that heats you up, right? And infrared actually uses infrared lights to heat you up as well. And it boosts your metabolism. It improves circulation, gives you detoxification benefits, and it burns calories. They say it burns 200 to 600 calories per session. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's like a 30 to 45-minute session. Some people have them in their homes. A lot of the different places you can go for modalities have them.
Oh, I see.
And you go and you sit in the sauna. Now, I know a lot of the gyms just have a regular sauna, but some of them are starting to have infrared saunas.
Yeah, that's a sauna I use. I do heated yoga, so it's like yoga in the sauna.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Some people do infrared sauna every day.
Yeah.
And they go for like 30 minutes just to relax before they go to bed. But it can cause dehydration, so you have to make sure you're drinking plenty of water.
It's nice at home then.
It is. I get tired after it, though, so I really want to sleep after it. It is.
Drink a big glass of water and crawl yourself to bed.
It is. Yeah. And you can also get the infrared saunas that they collapse and they fold up and you can lay down on your bed in it.
Oh, wow.
I have one of those.
I need one.
And then, but if you have heart issues, you can't do it because it can mess with your heart.
Oh, okay.
And if you're constantly dehydrated or anemic, you got to be careful with that as well.
Anemia is a main issue also.
Yeah, anemia you could get dizzy from it, right? And then there's steam rooms too, right? So there's steam rooms that help as well, but they got to get really hot. The steam rooms, yeah, because it makes you sweat.
Yeah, I love the steam just because I feel good on my skin.
I think it actually clears out your lungs too. So if you're about to come down with a cold, it kind of helps with congestion. But you can get dehydrated in that as well.
In the steam room?
In the steam room, yeah.
Wet sauna or something.
Yeah, because you're still sweating.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I see.
And it's not really effective for fat loss alone, but it does help you detox, if you will, because you sweat.
Right.
Because your skin is the biggest organ. So if you can sweat out through it, that's great.
I can't sit in a steam room too long. I have my lashes on. The lashes fall off in the steam room.
They do.
They do, right?
Because it probably melts so it's sauna as well.
Really?
It could, yeah.
Yeah, I love my sauna though. I need to be in that area.
I don't know. I don't know how the glue is on the lashes. I haven't
See, they don't fall off now. You notice that?
Yeah.
I'm going to get it done though after this.
Yeah.
Today.
So then cryotherapy is another one.
Now, did you say cryo is not good for women?
I've heard that, but I've also heard that it is. So I've heard both. And I think it depends on which study you're looking at, right? And who the person is. And everybody has to be looked at differently.
Right. I love the cryo, but the fact that, after the hard workout, especially the spinning class, your knee kind of sore. I only put my feet in there up to my knee. It kind of felt like you ice your whole legs.
Yeah, because it decreases pain, decreases inflammation.
It felt really good, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I think cryotherapy, depending on what you're using it for, can be good. It's just maybe you're not supposed to use it all the time like men do.
Right.
So with inflammation, it helps.
Yeah.
And maybe if it's your knees, maybe you just stick your legs in.
Yeah, that's what I do. I stick my leg in up to both my knees. After like 5 minutes, it feels so good.
I will say when I was pre-period, when I get all bloated, it really helped with that too. So it depends if you want to do cryotherapy, but it's something. There are side effects to that too, though. You can get numb. You can even get, what's it called, where you actually get cold burns?
Oh, like frostbite.
Like a frostbite, yeah.
Oh, wow.
If you have really high blood pressure, you shouldn't be doing that either.
I thought the cold is supposed to help with the high blood pressure.
No, it'll drive your blood pressure up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it causes hypertension.
Doesn't really the heat does. Huh.
No, because when you're cold, you're like shivering.
Shivering and your body tense. Ah, you're right, yeah.
You get tense. I've had it happen when I went into a cryo machine and I had a massive migraine from the cryo machine.
But you're not supposed to, you start like 1 or 2 minutes first? Or you?
Yeah, you do. I was also a little dehydrated, I think, when I had but it shot my blood pressure up pretty high, gave me a massive migraine. I had to get out.
Oh, wow. Huh.
And again, you burn a couple hundred calories there. It's not like you're going to lose massive amounts of weight, but it's something.
So that's one of the things that helps, boosts up the metabolism. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to keep that in mind. I've done once. I just don't like the cold.
I get it. So let's talk about what to do after you lose some weight. Let's say you lose weight slowly and you don't do fasting, so you don't get the top. Now, here's the thing. Lifting weights and doing cardio also does autophagy. It's not that you have to just fast, but if you're going to get autophagy and you're doing cardio or doing weights, you need to do it on an empty stomach. And then you can also get your autophagy without having to go 2 or 3 days.
That's what the trainer suggests. You have to do your cardio and side by side with your weightlifting.
Yes. The body is always doing autophagy.
Yeah.
It's just you get more when you're fasting. That's the only difference. Your body's always getting rid of bad cells. Otherwise, if it wasn't always getting rid of bad cells, what would it be doing with it? It gets rid of the stuff it doesn't need.
Right.
It's just it goes on to overdrive when you're water fasting or dry fasting or working out.
Yeah.
So now that you got your body in shape, some people do what's called Morpheus 8. Have you heard of that?
No.
So it's a radio frequency. So I did it on my neck. It's kind of like micro needling, so it's a little painful. So if you're adverse to pain, it is not for you. They do numb the area with a topical numbing, but you still feel it. And basically what it does is it injects little prongs into your skin, and then it sends radio frequency, a heated radio frequency, which feels like it's burning the inside of your skin, into the needles. It gets really red, it gets really hot afterwards, it's really swollen, and then you have these holes all over your neck because they're little tiny holes that you can see with the naked eye for, I don't know, a couple weeks.
It's so hard to be a woman. Now, you think men would do that too?
No.
Right?
No. I think most men will probably just go under the needle for some of this stuff too. There have been men that do plastic surgery, but a lot of them, they just go under the needle. But I did it for my neck. People do it for their stomachs. People do it for their arms, and it does help tighten the skin. It's not a permanent solution. Really, the only permanent solution, if your skin doesn't come back naturally, is plastic surgery.
To cut it off, that's it.
Yeah, but I would still, if you want to wait to see how your skin reforms, wait 2 years to see how your skin tightens up naturally.
Do fasting and wait, see how your skin looks.
Yeah, and you can even do more fasting. I mean, it's not like, you fasted once and you're going to get all the autophagy. Autophagy needs to happen all the time.
Yeah, they said it takes 21 days.
21 days for what?
To become a habit, to become anything too.
Oh, yes. Everything. But you don't have to fast. You don't have to water fast for 21 days. Actually, you get the most benefit after day 5.
Oh, wow.
So you could do a 5-day water fast and a 2-day refeed, and then a 5-day water fast and a 2-day refeed. And the refeed is the most important, how you come off. You don't want to go and eat a bunch of sugar because then you just killed everything you just did. You want to do bone broth and then increase it to maybe a little bit of soup that's not too high in fat, and then add a little bit of protein and healthy fats, and then add some vegetables in, etc. I mean, depending on what type of fast you're doing, there's lots of information out there, but you don't want to refeed and go eat a donut.
Eat donuts.
Because I know you would, Diva Cat.
Yeah, I would. But I would break fast with donut anytime.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, so you're not suggesting to do that like let's say 2 weeks before vacation. Should we do that or no? Because when we go get out on vacation, you're gonna eat. Well, I am going to eat.
Well, you could do an alternate day fasting for 2 weeks before. I don't think you need to do a 5-day at this point. Unless you want to do maybe a 2-day in a row. To go on a 5-day water fast, you have to have done multiple smaller fasts. Because most people don't make it past day 2 because you get a headache within day 1 and day 2. You have to take some electrolytes when you get the headache, and most people give up after day 2.
Yeah, after 3 days, and why not for another day?
And although I do want to continue on Morpheus-8, but the hardest part of fasting is the social pressure.
Yeah.
Because there are so many social pressures around food to go out. What do you want to do? Let's go out for dinner. It's weird how nobody says, let's go for a hike.
Right.
Or let's go for a bike ride. You know, when we were younger, that's what we did, right? When you were in high school, when you wanted to meet up with friends, you didn't say, let's go out for dinner. You said, okay, I'll meet you at the park, or let's go bike riding, or let's go for a walk, or let's go hang out, or let's go dancing. When you get older, you're like, let's go for dinner. Let's sit our butts down and stuff our faces.
Yeah, we don't want to do breakfast anymore. Oh, that's way too early. Let's go for brunch. 1 o'clock brunch, you know?
So we really need to change the culture.
Yeah.
And it kind of starts with each of us to change the culture. Instead of saying, if you're fasting, don't say, let's go for dinner. If you're fasting, say, let's go for a hike, or let's go golf, or let's go play pickleball or something like that. That's a better way to go, unless you're able to fast and just watch other people eat, which I've done.
I cannot do that.
I've sat at dinner and I've been fasting, and I'll get my water and they'll be eating, and I'm okay with that.
Wow, talk about strong will.
No, it's just you get used to it.
Huh,
yeah, the decrease, I will say, for people with autoimmunes, fasting, the amount of inflammation that gets flushed out of your body when you're fasting is amazing. And there's nothing better.
Yeah.
Nothing better.
The benefit is weight loss.
The benefit is weight loss. There is also something called EBU, and I actually get it at the New You medical infusion place, but there's something called the EBU, and that's where they actually filter your blood, and then they put ozone and oxygen into it, and they ultraviolet rays on the blood, and then they stick it back in.
Wow.
So you can do that, or you could water fast and get rid of like toxicity and inflammation in your blood. Again, you can pay for the quick fix, or you can do it the natural way. Morpheus-8 is fine. It does have some swelling. It does cause redness. You get scabs. It can scar. You can actually get a permanent scar from it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. EM Sculpt. EM Knee Sculpt Neo. Have you done that?
No.
So that's where they put, it's like a TENS unit on steroids. It's where they put electricity into your muscle.
Okay.
And it tightens the muscle. And then it lets go. And then it tightens the muscle. It's like you're trying to do sit-ups. If you do it on your abs, it's like doing sit-ups for you and you're just laying there.
Yeah, I was at the event at the Med Spa this weekend. That's why they tried to promote that machine.
Yeah. They push it. It's expensive. I think it's like $500 a pop.
I guess, yeah. And it doesn't work for just one. You have to continue.
You have to have 4 to 6. And so I did it on my quads, and I've done it on my abs. I will say I feel a better burn when I just do abs at the gym.
Wow.
It can tone you, right? It might be good for someone that has an injury. I think that might be where it was designed for. Now it's turned into a med spa thing.
I see.
If you had an injury, it would be a great way to work the area without causing new injury.
Oh, wow.
But if you can just go do abs and work out, I think you're going to get a better result.
The boat pose.
The what?
The boat pose. You got to do the boat. Sit up to the boat and the canoe. The boat and the canoe.
Oh, the boat pose is what she's saying. So if you want to do, I don't know what the boat pose is. I haven't seen it, but
yeah,
I do Russian twists. I do leg extensions, leg walks. So there's different types, and there's body movements you can do that will do the same thing that EM Sculpt does. The EM Sculpt, they say, is, it's less soreness. There's less tingling, a little bit of redness sometimes. There's not a lot of side effects on EM Sculpt unless you had a heart condition.
I see.
And it does tone you. They say the studies show it reduces fat by 30%, but I don't really know how, because it's not really doing anything to the fat.
It's just like vibrating, tightening up.
It's electric. Yeah, it's causing an electric tightening of the muscle. So you can do that if you want.
I want to try that.
You can try it. I actually did mine because I got it free as part of my membership. It's not an excuse for a good, healthy diet and a good workout.
Okay, I see. Cannot replace it.
It's not going to replace that, no. And it doesn't do anything for your skin.
Yeah.
There's also something called Ultra Shape, and that's ultrasound that is It's to break up fat cells.
Okay.
That's non-invasive. It's permanent fat cells. It's a little bit painful. You can cause temporary redness and swelling.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, and sometimes bruising too.
Oh, wow.
I haven't done that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people have gotten some decent results from it.
Huh.
And then there's a massage.
Massage.
I'm
like
so
that.
about massages.
I like massage. Me too.
Now, have you ever had a lymphatic drainage massage?
No.
The lymphatic drainage massage, I've had a couple. I don't really like them because they're so soft.
I see.
It's more of circulating fluids.
Mm-hmm.
And they say I'm getting a benefit from it. But honestly, for me, if I don't feel them pounding on me,
You don't feel the massage.
I don't feel the massage. But it's supposed to reduce water retention. A lot of people will do it after they've had surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with circulation. So if you're diabetic and you have circulation problems, it can help with that.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any type of edema or swelling in your limbs,
Mm-hmm.
it can help with that too.
Oh.
And I know a lot of diabetics get that too, right? They get the
Yeah, they
edema
get
in their
that.
legs. So I've done lymphatic massage when I was really inflamed,
Mm-hmm.
and it was okay, but I think I'd still rather go for a deep tissue.
Oh, yeah. Deep tissue is everything, girl.
Yeah.
I love my deep tissue massage. No 3 days, none of that deep tissue.
Yeah. I will say when I did the lymphatic, I did have to go to the bathroom right
Mhm.
after, and I was tired.
I had to try that.
Yeah, and the thing is they're not any cheaper than regular massage.
Right. If you
But-
feel it, why you want to get it? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I like a deep tissue massage. I prefer a Thai massage where they actually walk on you.
Oh, I love those. But don't you feel the next day? I feel like I got run by the truck.
I feel like I had a good workout.
I feel like I get run by the truck for the next 2 days. But then after I passed that, it fall.
If I had the time, I would get one every day.
Is it really?
I totally would. My muscles get so tight
Mm-hmm.
because I lift weights a lot,
Mhm.
and they get so tight that just to loosen it up, I would do it every day.
They step on you. They hang from the ceiling.
Yeah,
We should
I
go for
like
the
that.
massage.
Well, they do other. It's not just they don't just walk on you the whole time, but they walk
No.
on you and then they massage you and then they use elbows and
Mhm.
they work your whole body out.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's nearby. I'll take you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's body wraps. This is more of a detox. Have you done one about body wraps?
Mm-mm.
So body wraps are nice too. So they wrap you in seaweed or they can wrap you in like ace bandages and then put some type of chemical on you.
No, isn't it a mud bath lookalike?
They can wrap you in mud.
Mm-hmm.
It can definitely be a mud wrap. Some of them are for detoxification.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are for weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are for skin tightening. So it depends on
Oh.
what type of body wrap you get. They can be herbal, they can be clay. And there's people even doing with infrared now, like they're laying in a bed while they're wrapped in something.
That's awesome. That's got to feel so good after.
Yeah, you have to be careful though, because you might have like an allergy reaction to something.
What they use.
What they use. So you have to test it out, see what works for you. There's also cupping, which is supposed to help with surgery, or not surgery, that's supposed to help with circulation.
Yeah, I've done cupping. I love it. I have a knot on my shoulders.
You like cupping?
I like cupping. I did the mark for 2 weeks.
My acupuncturist does cupping.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'll do cupping instead of acupuncture.
Uh-huh.
And that's nice too. It helps with circulation and pain reduction. And then there's acupuncture. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah. They have acupuncture for weight loss.
There is acupuncture for weight loss.
Uh-huh.
And so some people will do acupuncture for weight loss, and the acupuncture will help reset their channels so the weight actually flows better and you can detox better, etc.
They say they control changing your appetites too.
Yeah, you can change your appetite. You can change your addictions.
Addiction, yeah.
Oh, then we should also say, with along with acupuncture, you could also do hypnosis.
I've heard about the weight loss hypnosis.
Yeah, weight loss hypnosis
Back then
is
it
something.
was a thing.
If you're easily suggestible, it might be your
Mhm.
thing to help you beat an addiction.
Yes. Yeah. That back then was a thing, but I think right now the semaglutide took over.
I personally would much rather water fast because it's extreme. Water fasting is extreme too, but at
Mhm.
least I have control over it.
Yeah.
Whereas when I put chemicals in my body or I cut part of my body out, I wouldn't have
Mm.
control anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you though, 50% people I know are on semaglutide.
I know. Almost everybody I know is on it now.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where I'm worried about what type of cancers are going to come. There's not a long-term study on it.
Yeah. They said you're going to lose muscle after. If you've been on for too long. You lose the fat, lose the muscle, lose everything else. Your brain, your mind, your hair.
Well, I guess you need to probably be doing some amino acids while you're on it, as well as extra training, extra weightlifting, and you probably need to make sure you get enough protein.
Yeah, make sure you eat right too. And yeah. Because I've heard somebody was on for like good 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, she was on straight up for like a year.
You know, there was somebody that fasted for 386 days, water fasted.
My God.
He lost hundreds of pounds, and that was and it was medically supervised.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he lived after that. He didn't gain the weight back.
That's awesome because
Mhm.
your brain's already trained you to that. Yeah, I met this lady at the event this weekend. She said she was on semaglutide like good a whole year. But then when she get to her weight, the target weight, and then she was off for a while, but now she back on, off and up because you
Yeah.
get your weight back.
Yeah, so the longest water fast, if you don't want to go on semaglutides, you could do a water fast. The longest water fast was 392 days.
Wow.
A year, 2 months, and 3 days.
You save a lot of money on grocery bill.
He did. He lost 276 pounds in 392 days. And he didn't gain it back. His name was Angus Barbieri.
He's Spanish.
Scottish.
Scottish.
Us damn Scots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Us Scottish people, we are crazy.
So that's a facility to go to do that.
Well, this was back in 1966.
Oh, wow.
So he was medically supervised. I started in June of 65, and then he went into the next year into July of 1966.
Mm-hmm.
But after 382 days, and he lived in Scotland, and they wanted to see what happened. And he went from an extremely obese man
Mm-hmm.
to losing all this weight.
Oh, wow.
It was a year. He was a big guy. To lose 276 pounds and live after it is pretty massive.
Yeah, he probably get rid of all diabetic, blood pressures, all of that too.
There's also a recent guy who's called himself the Fasting Fat Man. He's on YouTube. I think his channel is the Fasting Fat Man. He went for like 6 months.
6 months.
And he lost hundreds of pounds. He averaged like, I think, 1.25 pounds every day.
Drinking
loss.
water only.
Well, he did water. He
Mhm.
did electrolytes.
Uh-huh.
He did some type of yeast for protein, and he did a multivitamin. A couple other things. He's got his whole protocol if you're interested online,
Mhm.
but that's another way.
So does protein shake consider fasting or not?
No, that would break your
That
fast.
will break your fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do, when you're fasting, you can do water with lemon, you can do coffee, you can
Yeah.
do tea, but you don't want to break your fast. There's also cavitation, which is ultrasound fat reduction.
Oh, wow.
That's becoming popular, where they're sending ultrasound into your body to disrupt the cells, and it's
Mhm.
causing fat reduction. But it can cause bloating, discomfort, and if you have liver disorder, you can't do it
Wow.
because it can cause too much toxins to flood your body. So I can't do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have liver problems that don't even know it
Until they've done that.
until they've done it. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then there's also another modality called red light therapy, which I know everyone's doing lately.
The red light therapy?
Yeah, everybody's got all different kinds. It's all over online.
Yeah, I know red light therapy for like our skin.
Yeah, it's for your skin. It can also help stimulate cellular energy, which means it's messing with your mitochondria a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It can reduce fat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a guarantee.
Okay.
And it helps with your skin elasticity. And I know it helps with inflammation too. So that's something you could do.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I know everybody's doing red light therapy. They sell all kinds of, I've got a red light everywhere.
I saw that on Amazon a lot.
It's big now. And all the different like med spas have red light therapy, and they,
Red light therapy, your whole body, not just your face.
and a lot of people with facials, when you get a facial, they do a red light
They
therapy.
do the red light, yeah.
There's lasers, there's radio frequency you can do on your skin. There's therapy, which is ultrasound therapy. I've done that on my neck. Tighten the skin. It's supposed to help with collagen.
Is for weight loss too, or?
It's more for skin tightening.
Okay.
Most people do it on their neck or their stomach,
Uh-huh.
but it can cause irritation and bruising as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's thermage, which thermage is good for under your arms.
Hmm.
And I know under your arms is a big one. I've done thermage as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Thermage can be for your face or for your arms. It can cause redness, swelling, etc. But some people are doing that too. That's an RF energy.
Mm-hmm.
I call them weapons, but it's actually just an RF energy modality.
Probably
Every once a year.
Oh, wow.
Once a year.
Okay.
And then there's high frequency. It's called HIFU, high frequency ultrasound. You can do that. So there's just different types of modalities. But you know, one of the best things to do for your skin, and I told you about this a couple weeks ago.
Water fast.
Besides water fasting, that's going to tighten and do autophagy, but microneedling.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're fasting, if you could do microneedling once a month. So microneedling is like this roller that's got little tiny needles in it.
It hurts.
It doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah, it hurts.
It doesn't hurt that much.
Okay.
If you think that hurts, you can't do any of the other modalities.
Oh.
You cannot do Morpheus 8. You cannot do thermage. You cannot do old therapy, all of these things hurt way more than microneedling.
Mm-hmm.
So, no RF technologies, no radio frequency, don't do any of them.
Oh, wow.
So if you can't handle microneedling, you can't handle that.
So microneedling is the start.
Microneedling's the start. It's very gentle.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just do it on your face or did you do it other places?
Under my right here.
Yeah, so you can do it under your arms.
Face. I just do my own.
Okay, so under your arms, and your body will get used to it after one or two times. But once a month, do microneedling. You can do it on your belly.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it on your arms and your inner thighs, which is kind of the problem areas for women.
Mm-hmm.
And microneedling is very beneficial for people. It helps with collagen.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's kind of doing to your skin what weightlifting is doing to your muscle, right? Because when you're lifting weights, you're tearing the muscle. You're making little tiny micro tears in the muscle, and then it's getting stronger and growing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing microneedling, it's making little tiny holes in your skin, which is going to make the skin, it's going to trigger collagen production and make the skin heal itself.
Wow.
And it helps with minimizing pores and gets rid of scars. And so if you have a scar, like let's say you do this plastic surgery on your arms, you could help get rid of your scar that way.
I see.
If you've had a C-section, it'll help get rid of a C-section. Yes.
For that lie.
Yep.
I had a C-section, but the doctor did it. It's very, very good though. I don't see any.
Then the other thing is you can do a vampire facial for your body.
I can't wait to see that.
So I'm going to do one the week before we go on our trip.
I can't wait.
Okay. So basically you come back and you have blood all over your face. It's true. And what they do is they microneedle and then they put your own platelets back on your face. It's supposed to promote healing with collagen. It helps with your skin elasticity and the tone. It doesn't really do anything with pigments though. So if you have like freckles and things like that, but you can also do it on your belly. You can do it on your arms. You can do it anywhere you want to add collagen, and people are starting to do vampire bodies, not just vampire facials.
Probably help tone up your ab too, no? You think?
The skin. It's not going to tone your abs. It's going to tighten the skin. Yeah. And that's, again, microneedling.
Yeah.
So it's microneedling plus plasma. And then there is laser skin tightening. That's a big one too.
That's a big one.
So I've done the BBLs, which is an IPL laser. Now, it's not, the BBLs can also be a plastic surgery where you actually widen your butt. That's not what I'm talking about. The broadband laser is also a BBL. It's a type of an IPL.
I thought it was a Brazilian butt lift or something.
No, I've never done that. My butt's still small.
Yeah, I know a person that did that and ended up with, they call speck infection.
Oh.
Yeah, she was in the hospital for 6 months.
Oh my gosh. Septic? Was it septic?
Yeah, a septic infection.
Oh my gosh.
She died from that.
You can die from that.
Yeah, but I thought that's why the Brazilian butt lift is kind of like up the procedure now. It's illegal.
No, you can still do a Brazilian. People are still doing it. Just it's not popular anymore. I know a friend that did it as well. You can do it. It's just not popular anymore.
Yeah.
BBL is an IPL. You can use the IPL laser. Now, here's the thing. You can use it on your face.
Okay.
You can use it on your body. And that's going to help with pigmentation. So freckles, yes, it helps get rid of freckles. And you can use it on different parts of your skin.
Yeah, age spot.
Yep. And then there's the CO2, which helps with texture as well as appearance. The CO2 laser you can do face, body, anywhere on your body. And people are using it in their vulva area. So the vulva area, because it tightens it and makes it all pretty down there.
Like your teenagers.
Like you're a teenager again. Oh, and then there's the Fraxel laser. I haven't done that. And then you can also do a halo. Although a halo might be a Fraxel. The halo is very invasive. It's pretty. It's invasive and minimally invasive, but it goes pretty deep.
You done that already?
I've done the halo too. So the halo, my face swells up twice the size.
Ooh.
I will show you pictures later, but my face is small. I've got a small head, right? When I do a halo, my face looks twice the size.
Oh, wow.
And the inflammation stays for about 2 or 3 days, and then it slowly comes down, but I look like I have no eyes. I look
get all puffy up.
They're little tiny eyes.
My eyes are really tiny, and my face.
Well, you want to be able to see.
Yeah, I won't be able to go anywhere.
You won't be able to see, but my eyes swell up, and so you can only see little. It's crazy when I do that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's facial cupping too, and body cupping. We've talked about that a little bit.
Cupping, yes.
Yeah. And then you can Botox your body as well.
The whole body?
The whole body. You can do certain parts of your body too. Like people have been doing it for migraines in their neck and in their jaw.
Some people are doing for like the sweat under the...
Yes, or your hands. If you have sweaty palms, that get really clammy, you can do it too. It's not a permanent fix, but it can stop the sweatiness.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of different modalities that you can do to help your skin, that will help your body, that you can work on.
You got to love the science.
You got to love the science, from the massages to the acupuncture. And then there's even things you can work on psychologically.
Like what?
Cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. Cognitive behavior therapy.
Like you
Also CBT for weight loss.
Like you see therapists to move your brain, not to
help you with your emotional eating.
Emotional eating.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you go talk to a therapist about why you get up at 2:00 in the morning and you go eat. About why you eat when somebody yells at you.
Yeah.
You work through the emotional ties to food.
There is therapy for that though, for sure. I know for sure. Because before the gastric bypass, you're supposed to see psychology first, and after that, you still have to go see therapy for the way you eat, all of that to train your mind to eat the right
eat
way.
better.
Yeah. So the therapy helps.
A lot of this is just first world problems where
it's what you eat. That's it.
It's what you eat, but you don't have these problems in other places. They don't have all this processed crappy food.
Yeah, that's true too. It's so good though. I love carb.
Well, that's because you love sugar, and carbs are sugar, right?
Sugar, yeah.
So you're addicted to the sugar in the carbs. Interesting that all these therapies are here to make us look better because of all the crappy food we eat. And that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
People are trying to fix a bad diet by spending thousands of dollars on these different modalities between microneedling and Morpheus 8 and Neosculpt and all these different things to fix their skin and fix their bodies, when a lot of it could be fixed with just a better diet.
That's all it is. You're just going to fix. Those are a lot cheaper actually too, right?
It's a lot cheaper. I mean, water fasting's free.
Yeah.
Even the GLP-1s they're not crazy priced comparatively. So let's say you have inflammation in joints. There's CRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, which you can inject into joints to help with pain, to help with inflammation, and to help with tears. But you can also do stem cells now.
They want to do that on my knees.
Stem cells?
That plasma.
The platelet-rich plasma. So I will say, if you're going to do the plasma, you should also do a soft wave. Do you know what the soft wave is? Soft wave is really good for joints. It takes the inflammation out. It helps stimulate stem cells, and it takes a lot of the pain away. It hurts when they're doing it, but when they're done, you're like, oh, it feels so much better already. It does. I've done that as well. I honestly, I've done almost every modality out there.
You are.
Yeah, I literally have done it all.
Well, you're aging backward, I'll tell you that much.
And some things I think helped me more than others. And I did stem cells too.
Yeah.
So I've done stem cells in nearly every joint. So I did my ankles, my knees, my hips, my shoulders, my shoulders, my spine, every vertebrae in my spine.
They put you to sleep at home.
And my neck. Yes. And what they did is they mix stem cells. Now, I did pre-COVID stem cells. They mix stem cells with your own bone marrow. And that's what they can do in the United States. So that's what I had done here. And that helped a little bit. Causes inflammation, though, at first. I did water fast before and after to make sure my body was ready to receive it. The stem cells are very beneficial. Because they're young stem cells, right? They're from a placenta. They're not from a baby. They're not from aborted tissue. They're from a placenta that was donated. So after a baby's born, people donate the placentas.
Yeah, that's what they turned out to be the stem cells.
Then they take the stem cells from the placenta. Now, they're not your own. If you have the ability to bank let's say you have a baby, if you have the ability to bank the stem cells and the cord blood, I highly recommend doing that because that can help you with cellular repair in the future. So I do highly recommend that for going forward for longevity as well as curing cancers.
I see.
Potentially might even be able to grow organs from it in the future. That's extremely important.
Wow.
And then I went to Panama. Panama City, Panama.
Oh, wow.
I did IV stem cells. So when I was there, I did my ankle, my knee, and my shoulder because I have a very bad arthritic ankle from gymnastics. I had a torn meniscus and I had torn rotator cuff. And I did stem cell injections in all three. Then I did IV. So 3 days of IV.
Oh, wow.
And in Panama, it's not as fun. So when I was here and I did the stem cells, they put me under. When I went to Panama, you're awake.
Oh, no.
and they don't numb it. So when they stick that needle in your ankle into your joint, they just hold you down.
Oh,
And then they stick it into your knee. I think my ankle...
they like strapped you down to do all that.
No,
oh,
the nurse just held
The
me
nurse
down.
just
I
held-
was okay. I was just like, holy crap. But I can take a lot of pain.
But you can take pain though.
Yeah. And then in my knee, they did stem cells in my knee and they injected you in your knee. They don't guide it with an ultrasound like they do here. It's a little bit more Wild West in Panama, I will say.
Yeah.
Even though it was a really nice clinic,
Mm-hmm.
it was part of the RMI clinic, the Reardon Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Robbins has gone there and some big professional sports people have gone there and had their shoulders done and had their knees done. You feel better,
Mhm.
except if they do your knee, you can't walk. So I couldn't walk for 2 weeks after they did my knee.
Really?
Because, yeah, and you're not supposed to stand on it anyway, except for like I could go to the bathroom, but I was in a wheelchair for almost 2 weeks and it was right around the holidays. So like they wouldn't let me walk for more than a block at a time.
Were you scared? I would be so scared.
No, I was okay. You're actually supposed to take somebody, but I went by myself.
You're a brave woman, man.
And then I did 3 days of IVs, which the stem cells are in the IVs.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of helps your organs as well.
Will you feel better?
You do.
You did good now.
Yeah, and there are people that do stem cells every year.
Wow.
And the stem cells in Panama are pre-COVID and pre-Zika. Zika was a disease that affected women that were having babies, and then the babies' heads would come out all deformed.
All deformed.
Remember that?
Yes.
So the stem cells that they have banked in Panama are from prior to
To that.
the Zika outbreak, which is important.
Yeah, you don't want to end up with that.
You don't want to end up with Zika, even if you're not having babies.
Right. You are one tough cookie.
No, not really. I think a lot of people, when you get pushed against a wall,
Yeah.
you come out swinging, right? If you get backed up against a wall, you do what is healthy for you.
Yeah. You do what you got to do. You're all right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we do what we do to take care of ourselves.
Yes. Well, whatever you've done is doing great.
But nonetheless, so today we've talked about how to lose weight with modalities,
Right?
how to lose weight the natural way,
Mm-hmm.
how to tighten your skin,
How to keep it off.
and then there's plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery. I'm not there yet. But
Well,
I
we're not
see-
there yet, but next time we're going to cover plastic surgery and different types of plastic surgery procedures.
Mm-hmm.
So that way people can understand that there are procedures if you want a permanent fix.
Mm-hmm.
There are procedures if you want a permanent fix
Mm-hmm.
that you can do in order to make things tight forever.
Yeah, but you just don't have like you have a tummy tuck. Just make sure you don't gain your weight back.
Yes. And also, if you do your face, you might have to do your face again.
Yeah, that I know for sure.
You just have to realize
Sure.
sometimes you have to do things more than once.
Of course. I don't know. I'm 60 now. I think I'm ready for like the mini lift on my
Mini lift?
Yes.
You can do a whole body lift. You can do a facelift.
Whole body lift. That gotta be painful.
They take everything and they lift it. Your arms, your hips, your legs, your back, your stomach. They lift it all.
Let's talk about the 360 mommy makeover.
No, we'll do that next time.
Yes.
Next time, we're going to cover plastic surgery. So tune in next time for that.
Mhm.
I think we covered most of the modalities that are out there right now for people.
I think so too.
Next time, tune in. If there's something that we missed that you want to hear from us about, please do reach out. But I think I've covered most of the things I've done at least.
Yeah, I think so too. But to me, I think everything starts from what you eat. You are what
It
you
is 80% of how you look is from your food.
your food. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And
Keep that in mind.
water.
And everybody wants the quick fix and the pill, but there's always a side effect related to it.
Yeah. So if you start with food and the water, eat right,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be that's a healthy way.
That is the healthy way.
But all those are could help though.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Well, this is Diva Mia. I'm going to sign off for now. What about you, Diva Cat?
I think we have covered everything. I'm ready.
All right. Have a great week.
Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. We'd love hearing from you. Visit thedetails.com to connect. See you next week for more.
Diva Details podcast and website are intended solely for informational and entertainment purposes. The content provided does not constitute professional, medical, financial, or legal advice. We are not licensed medical practitioners, financial advisors, or legal professionals. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Any financial topics discussed are based on personal opinions and experience and should not be considered professional advice. The content provided does not constitute legal advice. The Diva Details and its affiliate contributors and guests are not liable for any losses or damages arising from the use of our content. The opinions expressed in the podcast are solely those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organization, sponsors, or partner. All facts discussed in the podcast are researched and accurate to the best of our knowledge at the time of recording. Information may change over time. No guarantees are made regarding the accuracy, completeness, or the reliability of any statements or opinions presented. It is the responsibility of the listener to verify any and all facts that may influence their decision. This podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice.